Hello, Rob Van here, and in this video, this is going to be a follow-up to the one we did on the generic conventions of music videos. So we're going to be looking at how to textually analyze them. Now, we'll particularly be looking into more detail into Sven E. Carlson's theory from 1999. We'll be looking at Rick Altman's theory of genre from 1999. And we'll be looking at Dick Hebdage's theory of subcultures from 1979. You're going to be wanting to use all of these theories in your textual analysis. Now, if we're going to look at an audio-visual analysis of music videos, we're going to look at Sven Carlson's theory here. Now, he talked about there being a triangular relationship between the lyrics, the image, and the music. And to a lesser extent, any other kind of sound there might be in the video. Dialogue, for example, if it's a narrative video. But there's going to be a relationship between the lyrics, the image, and the music. There may be a direct relationship between the two. So, for example, the images used in the video might be a exact reference to the lyrics. But it might be more abstract, it might be more metaphorical. Either way, the way the images are edited together are going to match the rhythm and the pace of the music. So what you're basically doing is, with a music video, you're adding images to music. I mean, it sounds obvious, but when you think about it, how that's done is what you're basically analysing. So the images have to be edited to match the beat of the music. If you look at the theory of vertical montage from Sergei Eisenstein, he talked about there being a relationship, juxtaposition between the image and another element, which could be on-screen graphics, it could be intertitles as far as he was concerned, because he was talking about silent film, or music. So there's definitely a relationship between the music and the visuals, part of which is to do with pace and rhythm. The speed of the editing matching the pace and rhythm of the music. So lyrics and image interact, they create meaning. Sometimes, like I said, it's literal. There's a literal relationship between what we're seeing and what we're hearing. Sometimes it's more metaphorical, more abstract. So the visual form is close to the musical form. Music and image combine to create a concept or a visual motif. So what we're taking is a combination of different languages. Spelling mistakes here, not my spelling mistakes. I took it from Sven Carlson's essay. We're taking the conventions of live performance, of traditional Hollywood continuity editing, and the conventions of more experimental filmmaking, your more European montage traditions. So we're taking the representations of live film performance, concert clips, performance clips, the traditions of visual narration, your typical continuity narrative editing you associate with Hollywood filmmaking. But the thing about music videos is they've always been much more experimental. Music videos really owe their origin to experimental filmmaking. Bizarrely, when MTV first started, it had people like Laurie Anderson and even what's his name, Andy Warhol as VJs, because it was very, very arty. Music videos can still draw far more heavily on the conventions of art house filmmaking than a mainstream film or television show would. So, what are we looking at? Well, we've got to think about, when we're textually analysing music videos, the visual grammar. So we'll look at the kind of things we looked at last year for TV drama. Use of mise-en-scène, shot types, camera angles, camera movements, special effects, and performance. How do all of these things connote meaning for the audience? Additionally, we need to be looking at the representations. We need to be thinking about subcultures. We need to be thinking of stereotypes, gender, sexuality, ethnicity, nationality. Stereotypes, remember talking Walter Lippmann's theory from 1922. Are there stereotypical representations in this clip that are perhaps to do with genre, but it could be to do with other things like gender and sexuality, etc. We need to consider the subculture. Who's the target audience for this music? What music subculture does it relate to? Consider the representation of gender, particularly of women. Think about the male gaze, Laura Mulvey. Consider, your voyeurism, your scopophilia. Are women there as sex objects? Are men there as sex objects? Is it there for gay male gaze? Ethnicity. Obviously, if you're thinking of, particularly rap music, R&B, that kind of thing, you've got to be thinking about the representations of ethnicity. But also consider nationality. Or even regional identity. If you think about, how, South Yorkshire would be represented in Arctic Monkeys video, for the sake of argument. If, particularly, you've got a narrative music video, there may very well be ideologies that are involved. What kind of messages is this music video trying to put across? What kind of meanings? You might consider, for example, is it a message of hedonism, sex, drugs and rock and roll, live fast, die young, leave a good looking corpse kind of message? Is it fight the power, anti-capitalist, rebellious, political kind of message? Whatever. Does it have a story? Does it have a narrative? It could just be, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, falls in love. Typical narrative you'd expect from a pop song. Consider your genre. Remember the etymology of genre. It's French. It means kind, sort, or style, particularly for works of art. So we need to think of genre iconography. Is there iconography that's particularly associated with this genre of music? Props, for example. Well, the obvious example would be things like your instruments. Is it a typical, guitar-based kind of music? Lead guitar, rhythm guitar, drums, bass. Is it electronic music? Is it keyboards and synthesizers? Is it, dance music? So is it DJ decks and headphones and all that kind of stuff? What kind of locations do we have? Performance videos, for example, are going to be in gig venues, stadia, concerts. Costumes, obviously different kinds of costumes, associated with different kinds of music. Makeup, not only the women are going to be wearing makeup, but men are going to be wearing makeup as well. Especially some kinds of music, think David Bowie, think Marilyn Manson, glam rock, goth emo kind of music. They're all wearing makeup. Performance. Are they playing instruments? Are they singing? Are they dancing? Are they acting out a character, a story? And then consider the cinematography, shot types, camera angles, lighting, use of colour. Is it expressionistic? Is it naturalistic? Then we're going to consider the generic pleasures. What kind of pleasures are people getting out of watching these music videos? Rick Alton was talking about film genres, but we can apply this to music videos. We can consider the emotional pleasures. Does this text make the audience happy? Does it make them sad? Does it make them nostalgic? What kind of music is it, basically? Does it make you want to get up and dance? Is it, crying into your Jack Daniels in the corner kind of music? We've got your visceral pleasures, your visceral guts, your intestines. Is it something you feel in your gut? Does it give you an emotional response? Does it make you excited? Does it make you scared? Does it make you laugh? Does it make you cry? Does it get you up and dancing? And then finally, intellectual puzzles. I'll grant you this is not a major one for music. But, does it make you think? Does it have a message? To this end, pop music themes. This is Dick Hebdige, 1979. what are the key themes of rock music, or pop music? Rebellion immediately springs to mind. Conformity versus non-conformity. Sex, drugs, rock and roll. Live fast, die young, leave a good-looking corpse. Romance. Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. You know, something gets in their way. Do they or do they not live happily ever after? Nostalgia. Nostalgia for the past, for times gone by. Retro culture. Tribalism. You know, your particular tribe, your subculture, your clique. You know, your goths, your emos, your hippies, your punks, your, whatever it might be. Fashion, style. You know, fashion and style are a major part of your tribalism, your subcultures. Your spectacular youth cultures are a very big British thing. Not so much anymore, I'll grant you, but they always have been in the past. Artistry. Are these people skilled musicians? Are they great singers? Are they great guitar players? Are they, whatever? Celebrity, on the other hand, are they just celebrities? You know, are they auto-tuned within your life and only they look pretty? There's a currency of cool. You know, music videos, like music magazines are there to show you how to be cool, what to wear, how to dance, whatever. And of course, one of the main ones is hedonism, living purely for pleasure. So, those are some of the key themes. I'm going to want you to be trying to identify as many of those can in your textual analysis. If you need any particular detail or you need more help, feel free to come and see me. And I'll talk to you next time.